Hello and welcome. My name is Trismegistus, who's running a bit late. I'm just putting my arm brace on for my carpal tunnels. Welcome. I'm going to be streaming some more Krastorio 2 today. Last week we got into space with the launch of a platform to do. It doesn't call it space science in this. It calls it optimization science. But it's basically space science. And I think I managed to get that so it was dropping space science down. I think it was. If not, we will do that first off. Oh, I guess I'm just showing again there's been a recipe change in the thing. Whatever carbide processing was to circuits, carbide processing circuit to processing unit. I think it's just a renaming, basically, so they become processing units. But I don't think it affects us. I don't think we were doing any of those. We might have been. It might have been the red circuits or something like that. But it still seems to be there. Might have been blue circuits. What were they called? Where are they? It's still working, so if it was just a name change, then it's just a name change. So, we do have optimization science as a platform. Excellent. Okay. So it does seem to be stuff stacking up on the belts, doesn't there? So I think we're okay from that point of view. How are we doing on power on the platform? That's one of the questions. We seem to have a nice little bit of a headroom. Don't know why we're getting spikes of power. That's interesting. I guess that's to match demand. Yeah, it must be spiking to match demand, I think. Cool. Okay. Our one... I think I worked out that was like, that could actually support 4 of those last time, didn't I? The question mark would be that because this is like a weirdly productive recipe, I think, is my understanding. You know, you get 5%, 5 ice from one of those, and you get 10 of those from one chunk. So it was going to sort of slightly, produce like double, just through random chance. So what we could do is we could add in a second one of these guys, like somewhere else on the platform, and just have it pick up water, basically, because that's the one we'll be short of. I'm thinking about, because we have got them already on the platform, I'm thinking about maybe checking it over here somewhere, and then we can kind of feed it across, or across the top maybe. Yeah, that'll work well, wouldn't it? So if we put that, say, it's going to need to be a little bit out, isn't it? So that we can put an inserter and a belt on. Or I could put that on the side, couldn't I? But if we maybe end up with a little bit of a chain of the... I mean, we don't really even need that much. Have I got any... Oh, I've not got any platform pieces. Okay. I wonder if those are down on the planet. Obviously, I mean, as per usual, I've not played this since the last stream, but that is intentional. That's this, pretty much going to be probably, that must be the platform bits launching there. A fully streamed playthrough, as it were, continuous. Maybe if we're at a point where we have to grind out, something, then I'll just leave it running for a bit. But so far, it's pretty much been. Oh, we want to filter that though to be just icy bits. But then we also want to tell this only pick up watery bits and pieces. Now, what we can do here is add it onto this side. Do we want to add? No, we don't want to. We need to crush it, don't we? We don't want to just... No, it's because I need to put it in there, basically, not put it on the belt. So we would need another inserter there. Because we've already, limited this to actual... Oops, wrong way. Asteroidy chunks, so we've just run out of belt. I could do that to make that build. Oh, not quite. Because this is our, what would you call it, like, failsafe system, in that if this gets full up, you know, we get so many ice chunks from here, fills that up, and then it's putting more out, and it can't put them in, then they will get thrown into space. Cool. Yeah, my memory generally is that water is the trickier thing to get in volume. So we will. Has it sent up any belts? It has. We've got a stack of belts now. Excelente. So let's copy and paste this maybe. Pop ourselves. Oh, it won't show me the limit, so we want it there maybe. Like that. Hopefully that's covered by the power. We can always add on more if not. Because they're quite low power from memory, the old grabby arms. So yeah, hopefully it will have enough coverage to provide some icy chunks. Not that it seems to be at the moment. There's one there. That's on the wrong side. Well, space science is happening, so we're okay. Okay, so we're doing logistics system because that's going to save our bacon, basically, save our lives, save the pain. Of course, we've got that whole Tesla thing. Where you recharge your suit. What we want though? Yeah, larger containers for logistics storage system. Interesting. What we want, really, is to head towards spacey type things. And we want to go to, or I want to go to Volgora first, because it's just going to be easier. No enemies. Nice and easy time. Gets us the mech suit quite, the mech suit quite soon as well. Cool. So we just literally need to do the thruster, which is already on there. Cool. And then we need to queue up Volgora itself. The question then is, would we want anything? Oh right, okay, you can still do that. Cool. Do we want anything else, basically? Do we need? I mean, lithium's sort of a K2E thing for all sorts of lovely K2E things, so we don't really need that. The electric mining drill. Oh, I see. Those are needed before big mining drills. Interesting. So do you make it out of Mark IIs? Okay, that's cool. But we don't really need that for now. What else have we got? We could do. We could do these Tesla coils. It's useful, but I don't really care. Personal laser defense might be a good one to stick on. But we're not going to need it on Volgora. What will almost certainly happen, as per usual, is that the base will, while I'm messing about on Volgora, now this base will just sort of ease down into producing nothing, pretty much. So we've got steel plate productivity is something we could do. That's always useful. It's quite expensive though. Maybe Mark II batteries? Not least of all because Mark III is on Volgora. Advanced radar. Yeah, military form. What about the second level of modules? Because they are spacey ones, but I think if I'm doing anything else spacey, I want Covarex really. Okay, that's our little research queue then. Now, there was a whole bunch of stuff that I'd researched but had not actually started building, so we could look at doing some of those. I don't know what they were though. I mean, I know there's this air purifier. That was definitely one. We're not making them. We must be making research servers because we're doing that already. And the gas stuff. So looks like on this, the only one we haven't done is the air purifier. What does it need then? Plastic bars, advanced circuits, steel beams, and engines. So. Steel beams. So we have, I mean, we've got plastic going up the bus. That's iron plate, isn't it? Where are the... I'm not really using it, I would imagine, other than like low density structures, which is what that is. And maybe a bit of red circuits if they take them in this. I'm not sure they do. No, that's literally the only use we've got of plastic bars. So it's not one that we've got a nice setup thing, you know, to build from it. What else does it take? It takes red circuits and steel beams, and so we need like iron gears, red circuits there. Not steel. Those are steel beams. No gears and stuff though to do engines. What about tacking it on here somewhere? Would that work? Because we've got gears. Guess we've got the steel beams on the end. We could maybe add it on as another end thing. Maybe bring plastic along there. Bit of a mess. I don't really even sort of need it. It's just I haven't really done anything with it, so we might as well. So we don't have the red circuit, but we could easily add them on because we could, you know, put that in there. And then there would be red circuits here. Extend appropriate ones of these to get us, you know, pipes and gears and all sorts of malarkey like that. Yeah, I think we'll do it there then. So where are we in relation to that? We are over here. So yeah, we need to bring plastic over. But we can add those red circuits to that one. And then what would we do? I guess we would want a feed through one. Something like that maybe. And then 0 is the engines. And 1 is whatever they're called. Oh, can it not be made? Oh, it can be. Air purifier. Okay. It is what it uses a consumable, so it's like. I seem to remember them like most sort of useful thing with it was like for oil basically. So if we filter that. Where are red circuits? On the way. Don't really need them going that way. And you need that. What else do you need? Oh, we're out of railway block range as well. What do you need then? You need steel beams and red circuits and plastic. And you needed iron gears. You need all of them, don't you? Oh, pipes are there, aren't they? So you don't need iron plate, do you? Oh, if you do, you got it twice. Well, that's interesting. Why have I done that? Oh, I guess because they're getting iron plate there. Okay. It's a bit messy, isn't it? Oh well. What's spaghetti for if not being a mess? Right, let's go and get some plastic. And then we've got wait. I've done that before. Plastic needs to sort of come along that way. If we can. Where's plastic? There's plastic. So I guess maybe if I take it out the other side, maybe I'll leap it over that way. Do it to there, can't we? Finest spaghetti tradition. Oops. It's kind of, I shouldn't really be doing that because it's like, oh, well, I could have put the red circuits on that side. Oh well. Never mind. And then we want this really coming down here somewhere, don't we? Now, what about the actual cartridge thingies, whatever they're called? Oh, does it not? Source pollution in the channel is placed. Channels are being destroyed. Yeah, so how do we do it? Where's the filters then? Do we not do filters now? Oh, there you go. Pollution filter. Oh, I need biomass for it. Okay. Plastic though, and steel plate. Okay. That's steel plate there. So we could set up something here maybe. That's making the actual... Where are they then? Would they not be a consumer? Oh look, we've done first aid kits now as well. They're like superfish. Well, maybe no. Unless they're produced in... Because I'm sure they used to use coal. What do I want to look at? I want to look at that, don't I? Where do you live then? You are in there. Oh, made in a bioprocessing... Oh dear. Have we got any of them? We're struggling so much for biomass before that. I don't see any. I mean, that's got 142 in it, so we could easily steal a few, I think. And 230 odd there. So if we sort of grab some of that, and that'll get us some more. Made one? Yeah, there we go. So, in order it needs bio thingy, we could swap this to storage chest as well. I think. But yeah, we've got some in the storage. It's just any. If we start stealing them to put them in filters, we're not going to make any of the buildings, but then we don't really need them. Now, I was trying to build it here, wasn't I? But it's a big building. So in that case, let's build it on this side. Well, I need that to be sort of there-ish, maybe? Oh, and it does the recycling as well, but with water. Okay. Oh, it makes it... Oh, what a pain in the backside. Yeah, okay. What a pain. You'd have to be thumping out some pollution for this to be like a sensible way of doing things. Let's just get one of them there. Because what I'm thinking is, if I just put when we get logistics, if I just put a requester chest here, yeah, swap that with the requester, then we can get the biomass. Moving that way. Is that the raw filter? Yeah. Logistics network. Like that. No, do we want to... Maybe we just do 20 or something. What are they stacked to? Stack capacity 100, crikey. So I can't see myself using them other than some mega polluting thing that happens to have biters in it close by, like oil. I think we've teched up, you know, I'd rather just kill them. I think. Alright, so we are on the verge of hitting some nests, aren't we? Okay. We've still not done this. Oh, it's been very bitty, isn't it? I bet that's more due to... where's my science labs? Here we go. Oh no, it is the optimisation science that's quite slow. I was kind of thinking it might be due to the purple or something like that. Although this game equivalent of purple, anyway. We're getting a few of them, aren't we? 200 in storage. What? Oh, that must... Why would there be others in storage? Maybe if I double this up. We wouldn't be able to sustain it, but it's not going to hurt if we've got... Oh, there's none here, okay. Oh yeah, no, there we go. Space Science Research Data. What are these set on? Yeah, so they're on 200. We're filled up with water. None of our belts are clogged. Cool, okay. Just waiting on that then. I could use a loader, couldn't I? Why am I not using a loader? Use one there as well. Ah, didn't put the steel beams in. Okay. Cool. So bing bong binged, which must be a logistics system. Hooray! Logistics system. Excellent. We do also have the nuclear stuff. That was the big thing, wasn't it? That was like my... I don't know if I put a tag on the map at all. I think that was the big thing we were meant to do today. What's our production of platform pieces like? 183 and 0. I'm wondering about doubling that up, basically. Oh, this was me showing about the loaders, wasn't it? Doing some nonsense. Oh, it's putting them into there. How many of those have we... I don't need that many. Because we've got one here. That's it. We don't need any more than that. Oh, it's not got a limit on it. Oh no, that's starter packs. So we do want a inserter. But we want one with a limit. I thought it was the landing things. So we want... space, we want starter packs. We only want a couple sort of in stock, really. So it's way overdone that. But yes, if we... Oh, I didn't copy paste it. If we copy paste these... In fact, we're going to need thrusters. Oh, we're going to make thrusters. We're going to need thrusters. We're going to make thrusters. What are they? Steel... processing units and electric engines, so that's nothing. Yeah, I'll have to make them separately anyway. Okay, oops. There, cool. Just think I could put something else on there, couldn't I? Is that right? No. And we don't really need this nonsense. And that's not going anywhere this time. Cool. Are we in logging coverage? We are. Super. Right. What else haven't we made? We haven't made any of the nuclear stuff, basically. So I've got pollution filters, but no reprocessing. I don't care. I'm probably never actually going to use it. I guess there's the first aid kit. Again, biomass. Don't care. So the big things are the loggy chests, our new ones. And nuclear. I mean, all we really need is the requester chest. I can just hand make if I need active providers or what have you. Because yeah, I'm already making all the spacey bits, aren't I? We'll just have to add thrusters on. So I think logistic chests for... I mean, I'll probably make all of them, but... where would be a good place to... Where am I doing storage chests? There. Cool. So I could just extend this, couldn't I? Okay. I checked... I was so paranoid now about the Friday Facts things. I've had a very weird week. I've been completely knackered all week. I think it was pushing to get... I did all that manual labour, shall we say, last, when I had my time off, and then that Friday Facts coming out kind of poxed up my schedule a bit. Doing the Friday Facts, where I'd intended to use the time that I spent doing that. I need steel as well, surely, don't I? Yeah. Yeah, I intended to do the... Oh, run out belt. Is belt on this site? Yes, it is. Still haven't set up my logistics requests. Rubbish. Yeah, I ended up kind of exhausted. which I mean, I haven't played anything, I don't think. Have I? No, I might have done 10 minutes or something, but my brain's just like blancmange this week. It's quite complicated stuff at work as well I was doing. Not hard, but mentally a bit draining. I've walked right past it, haven't I? There we go. So yeah, so I sort of just zonked out really on this week. I was watching I got Disney Plus subscription a while back to watch Alien Earth. And I've been watching Loki from the Marvel things. Obviously, didn't watch any of the TV series they did because, as I say, I didn't have the subscription. Didn't think it was. What about not worth it? But didn't have the money basically. So I want to do. I think I'm going to bespoke this actually because we want. Which ones do we really want? I mean, we need requesters, and I think I'll do active providers. So if we just do the 2. But yeah, we'll do like a bespoke one because we don't need to store yet more chests really. Do one like that. No, that's wrong. So this is then the chesticles, and this is the active providers. They're going to end up in there. We're out of logistics range somehow. I bet it's like a short range or something. This doesn't seem very far. And them. Yeah, I thought Loki was very good. I wasn't really expecting anything of it. That was actually quite good. Is that enough? What's the space? What's the ship? Rocket capacity 50. Because these are the type of ones that we will actually be sending round. Okay, and that to there. There. We need that. Excuse me. Some red and green circuits. Go. Why are you not? Cool, so that's the loggy ones we want, which means, as a test example, we can swapperize this. Oh, it won't do the request until it's actually there. Bots aren't too slow now. Boop, there we go, and then we can just request in a bit of the old biomass, but we'll do like 10 or something. Just something nice and small. So I only want 20 of them. Each one is 5. So that's 2 5s. About 100, isn't it? 100 biomasses. And then I have 10 left, so 110 it'll request. Good at knocking about. Yeah. So we might at least make the filters, even if, you know, what we really want is it, well, we don't really need, but we have a few bioprocessors in stock. It's always useful to have everything. Okay, so that was the logistics. We're about to do the thrusters. Oh, it's doing it at a nice rate now. We're about to do the thrusters. Other than that, it's the nuclear. I am right about that, aren't I? Nuclear. Oh! Have I done them already? I've done already. But what we need is concrete, so we need to put in some requesters. Yeah. Obviously, won't request it in. How many of those? Oh, right, okay. That must have been the last thing I did then. It does ring a bell, actually. So I remember looking at the recipe. And how many do you actually need? 500, but, you know, fine. You've made all that we need for now. Okay. So what we don't have, what we mustn't have then is the actual processing. Oh yeah, these are... Need to think of a way of kind of recycling it. So if we go, maybe... Because I want it to prioritise... Oh, they're just... Okay, just random stone chest, okay. Prioritise the outputs from these. So really, if we're going to request in... iron ore, for example. We want it on this end. Similarly... Does it produce copper? No, just iron ore and stone. Okay, that's fine. We want to turn these into active providers, basically. I guess I'm not coverexing at all. That's fine, there's no worries. If you do a tap in that one, we'd have 1 million then. Okay. So yes, we need to deal with the stone as well. Stone is not really being used particularly. Didn't I ever... Yeah, this was a thing here, wasn't it? So... So how about we add on... Not... Yeah, requesters. Here. Oh, I didn't change what I should have done. Just made this one like a near one. So it goes on both sides of the belts. Obviously it'll be a small trickle eventually, you know, it's not going to be a full on. It's only that because these are been running for hours type of thing. And we need to make these active providers. Because then it'll put them into the general storage from which these will pull. Similarly, I would prefer these to be active providers. And then we want this to be requesting stone. And again, that one can be here. So then it'll pull from whatever's sat in all this logistic stuff rather than the train on. Because that's feeding both our crushing, our quartz, our actual stone, and our supplementary bricks for this system. Cool. Also gives the bots lots to do, and the bots always need jobs. Next one then is doing a bit of the old Corex. Because I think we've got enough to get it going, haven't we? 88, yeah, cool. So we could actually probably make some nuclear, whatchamacallit. Have I got my Corex? I've not done the research, okay. but we could build it. I think we only, we only really need sort of one. So that's the beacon. Okay, so there would be room for 2 more on there. But if we... So the beacons could be here. How would they be orientated? I guess. For maximum bacon, we would be sort of putting one there and there. Yeah. So if we put that one there, and we go boop, and we go boop, will this fit in here? It will. Cool. So we can put that down. Obviously don't have the recipe yet. We've got everything else. Well, I don't think I'm making centrifuges, am I? Not automated. I think I handcrafted them. Okay. Could I make a couple more then? Where are you? There. We would need 100 of your finest concretes. Okay. Didn't we just do something with concrete down here? Yeah, we did. Oh, I'll just go and steal it from the actual thing because we can top up other bits and pieces as well. Cool. Ah, we've done thrusters. Okay, we'll get them built. What are we missing here? Oh yeah, okay, it's based on... Need to sort of downgrade some of this. In fact, I can do it that way, can't I? No? You're not going to let me do that? I'll do it that way, am I? Okay. Oops. Oh, and it gives stone as well, does it? Okay. Stone. Okay. Where would the... Because I think it's lost my logics. That's saying that's basically saying work until there's 200 of your bright greens in the system. That is filters not switched on because that's how that changed, isn't it? So in here we would end up with... Okay, can I turn this round? So if I can turn it round, I can turn that. Yeah, I can turn it around. Okay, so if I can turn it around, I can put it there. You see, I lose the niceness with the thing, but what I can then do is put a filtered one of these with even more stone. Take an active provider. Chuck it in there. We need to power it now, though. Have to resort to medium power bars, I think. That'll do us. Yeah, I need to make that centrifuge, don't I? So I might as well collect a few bits and pieces while we're here. randomly put junk in all the things. Storage chests. Take them away and put them somewhere more sensible. Silly bots. Did I end up with? I did not. Some poison. And what else? So the old inserters. Yeah, I didn't go around and do the filtering of these, did I? Oh. Oh well. Okay. No, concrete we wanted, wasn't it? Oops. So one of those, and then we need 100 concrete more. That's fine. So if I just dump that, crushers. So yeah, we're making the co-rex, which is where over here. What else are you moaning about? Ah, do I miss some other? I did. No, there's still a. Cool. It basically just loops it around. Basically, the whole point of this is because this has that thing where you have to put 40 in and then it makes 41 type of thing. I can't remember the exact number, and I think they're different on this. Yeah, they are. It's 30. But you see, you have to put 30 in and 31, but you have to, if they're in the output, they don't count as being in the input, so you have to basically find a way of looping them around. And my system literally just, loops them around. And then it uses logic to say, right, well, if you've got more than 40, I say it's 40 on this because that's what the default recipe is. But if it's more than that, then you're fine. You're not going to rob them off of the machine. That's all it's doing. But it seems more complicated than that. Because the other thing we want to set up, really, we haven't got uranium ammo, have we, or have we? Because that's the one we want, really. I think I'll move it up the schedule. Have we got uranium ammo then? No, because we would need military 4. Okay. Because it's quite a good sink, uranium ammo, but also massively useful killing stuff. And we like killing stuff. Have you built it? You've built it. Cool. So we don't have the recipe. The other problem. We're going to chug through the science first. Right, so I can't do the MO. We can do the actual fuel cells though. What does that take? So that takes 2 of those. I'm gonna have to. I have to hand. It doesn't have anything to automatically. Oh, fill it up. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh no, no, no. We don't like that. Hello, where's on? So, apology for butchering your name. Is this K2? It is K2 spaced out. So it's a branch of K2. Crikey, they're having some fun, aren't they? Where somebody's taken. Oh look, they're actually there. Blimey. They've taken. Oh, don't eat the labs. It's very expensive. They've taken the Krastorio 2. Get out of it. It's not so effective against them. They're coming for me. They're coming for me. I'm going to die. Yeah, I am. Because I don't have any armour on. I don't have any protective shields. K2 with a spacebar. Yeah, so basically someone's adapted the K2 mod. Why didn't I get in my tank? In order to work with space age, but it's not. It's literally just they've sort of squished the two together. So I don't know. Oh, that's not my tank. Let's just get in the car. Yeah, all right. Crikey. No. They're not here. Where have they gone? Oh. Okay. Where have you gone? You're up at, stop eating all my stuff. Get some of them out. For Pete's sake. Who left these rocks here? There's something else being eaten. Where's that? Oh. What are we doing down there? Now, where is my tank? All the way up there. Right. I do remember pushing them back in a couple of places just towards the end of the last stream. Really, I need to build in support. So that's the type of thing that, say, I'm trying to play this as much on the stream as possible, so it's a fully streamed playthrough, but that's the type of thing where, you know, just putting in some walls and kind of, especially now that I got request suggest and all that sort of stuff. Whoops! And just get the bots to do it for me. But yeah. Also, I didn't know how much extra space I'd need for Krastorio 2 stuff, but it doesn't seem like it's very much actually. Okay. Let us extract some Rwengi. You guys out. Have you researched any outfit at all? Yes, I just literally... well, I researched it a while ago, but I've literally just built some. I don't tend to... It's easy just to kill them. Obviously, that's annoying when it's doing all that mad thing. But it's generally just easier to kill them off. Poison. Into the situation. Oh, you're a big worm, aren't you? You're a big boy. Right. Cannon. But yeah. So really, I usually have some walls up by now, but I didn't bother. How are we doing pollution-wise? Otherwise, I think we're okay. Yeah, I could put some on. I mean, also, I usually find when you first time, particularly, you go to the another planet, because you're not really using your base. You're not doing research. Just stops, So it's not even doing that, Might be sort of sending you some belts or what have you, but it's not really doing anything in your base. So all the pollution dies down because you're not using anything particularly. Okay. What's doing its best to heal the tank? Still got my staff. Don't know why I've got them. Cool. Oh, and I've got the pistol because reasons. Where did the shotgun go? There it is. Okay. Oh, it's okay. I always forget it does that. There we go. No, put it in there. Right. Where were we before we were so rudely interrupted? We're waiting for that there. So we need to make some actual... what should we call it? What are they called? Fuel cells. Cool. So we might as well... In fact, we can just... switch over to... Where's the requesty version? Is it that one? I think it's that one. Yeah. So we want to make fuel cells. And then don't you recycle them in... or reprocess them in chemical plants. Is that right? So we've got... Oh, welcome to the stream, by the way. I don't said hello. I hope you're doing well. Having a good day. So reprocessing here. More stone. And tritium, of course. Yes, I remember now. It's a centrifuge. Okay, that's annoying. Let's make one of them then. Or not. Get some red circuits. I don't know why I've not set up my logistics. I think it's because it's obviously got different recipes on it, so... kind of felt like more faff than it was worth, but... getting to that point, aren't we, there? Where bot delivery is the thing. Okay. Red circuits, here we go. So yeah, there's quite a lot of tweaking I should say. I know I'm trying to keep it all on stream, but quite a lot of tweaking I should really be doing. Like adding these into the network, upgrading some of the machines, and blah 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 blah. Okay. Oh, it's got thingies on it, is it? Am I not making them then? Well, I got them available. I guess not, because In fact, have I got it set? What would they be? They're not stack inserters now, are they? They're bulk inserters. No. Okay. Okay, we need to build them then. Looks like I've chugged through quite a few researches where I've not built machines. Oops. And where are you? Let's just copy that. Accept. Processing. And that wants to be an active provider, really, doesn't it? Cool. Got 3 of them already. Good, good, good. Cool. So Cobrix has now started, but we have Goran. Oh, yeah, of course, radiation. Yes, yes. Oh, have you put all of my things in there, have you? Okay, not sure about that. Oh, they're radioactive, are they? Okay. I wonder if that's a tweak, because I've worked out, because it's on the belt, some things are radioactive and not. That's a bit weird, isn't it? How many we got? 36. So in, oh no, 30 is all you need for it in this version, don't you? Yes, there we go. So that'll cycle round. I guess I should change that to 30 then, shouldn't I? And that one's just automatic. No filters on that. On that. What's that one? Less than 200 is fine. Cool. So, we could get the bots to build the actual nuclear thing. Oops, but I would rather... Oh, I've got 19 already. How many have we got in here? It's asking for 200. I've not got any other use for it, so I might as well just... what we've got until this, you know, provides us the old effectively infinite supply. Because, you know, loads of them, basically. Even up there. I might just do. Turn it around. Right. So it isn't making much at all, this, is it really? It's fine, I'll just leave it. Right, so what next then? Bulk inserters. Right. Bulk inserters. They, well, we got all of our inserters up here, but in this it doesn't, you don't like reuse the, don't upgrade the old versions basically. Weirdly. But it does mean this is where we've got our inserter parts, wherever they are. Here we go. So they're actually there. So we might as well just stop with the yellow inserters, I guess. So if we switch that to bulks, because we can now use a recycler. That's like the change, basically. To kind of get rid of these. But what we therefore need is this other stuff, which hopefully I haven't got any requests. I need to do this. I can start building some of them up, I guess. I've got a thing with it. It's a combinator that has the the stuff on it, basically. My normal requests. In fact, why don't we do that? Where does it live? Is it that one? There we go. So I want to take a copy of that. Put it here. And then I want to pop it down. Build it in. So say these are all my pre-set up requests. Obviously there's a load of stuff that's different for K2. They're not even set. They're for the base game. They're not even for Space Age. Cool. So I think I can add them on now. Turn that off. So we want. What do I do? Is logistics first, then production, then combat, I think, and then intermediates. Yeah. Actually, don't wait a minute. I'll show you around those up. Cool. So I want more yellow about, aren't we? Because we're still at that stage. Is that on? I might as well turn that on so that kill that off for the minute. And then we'll just add the K2 stuff on as we get it, basically. I don't need them anymore, I don't think. So I want to request a chest. Press that now. So these are clearly not actually in the network, are they? There's way more fiddling about than I was going to do. So I probably should do a session off stream just to do a lot of this messing about. But we can add the Covrix on now. Cool, cool, cool. Where did that go? Oh, it's already done it. Okay. Huh. It used to be when the recipes weren't viable. Or, you hadn't researched the recipe. You'd have to do it again. So I guess they must have tweaked that. That's interesting. How many we got here? We've got sort of 20 uranium fuel cells. So we might as well. Where are we going to put it? I was thinking here, wasn't I? Keep it all together. So this is my nuclear thing. Water pipes on the bottom. So it'd be nice to be able to line them up roughly with this lake. Where would that be? Sort of. I need to put a couple of water pumps on there, I think. Or there, maybe? There might work. With that. Let's go with there. Spring into action. It will need connecting to this power. And then we need to go and put in the old thingy. Water pipes. It looks weird because it's like the framework for building up to a 2x8, is it? I can't remember how big it is. Obviously I don't know what this has changed in terms of ratios and stuff, but it kinda doesn't matter because if it because it grows up into 2x7, which was to do with the water throughput. Especially if it goes to 2x8, I would need more water pipes coming in. Basically, that was like the thinking of it. So I don't know what this does to the ratios, but as you can see, we could just stick on more If we don't have enough turbines or what have you, just stick more on. And on this, we get other forms of nuclear power, so it's all a bit sort of temporary. Makes sense. Oops. Oops. Put one in here as well. Oh, it's too far. That's annoying. Okay. Yeah, okay. Put some pumps on then. Might as well do that here, I guess, where we've got some power knocking about. Which side was that? Right side. Okay. Okay. Just heating up. 2 in there. Oh, 5 in there. Okay, that's not what you've done, is it? I wonder if they're radioactive. Yes, they are. Smashing. I can stand right next to a nuclear power plant. Just can't hold the nuclear fuel. Okay, how are we doing? We haven't made any thrusters yet. So let's see about that. Now that we've got logistics, are they making bulk? Oh no, we need to do that, don't we? So if we go down the bottom, and we need to find some places. How about we put one in maybe there? Just steal a bit of the old place, red circuits, and less than 200. Not even got any power, okay. And then what else would be worth putting in? I guess the steel. We have quite a lot just to, you know, the fact that I've been particularly messy with all the builds. So you see we've got 1,000. Okay. Got light on. Oop. I should parameterize this, shouldn't I? Can I get iron? Where is the iron plate rather being produced? Well, let's put. I already done the break, look. Huh. What are you? Let's put you there then. And yeah, let's parameterize this. Oops. There's a blueprint. So we want to go. Oh, achievement. Okay. Guess it's kicked into gear then. I'm just going to give it a symbol of what? Let's call it X, I think. And then call it that. To parameterize. And that wants to be our parameter. And we might as well. Do I want to do that as a formula? Yeah, let's do it as stack size, double the stack size. So this is item to store. Now, are you going to work? Ah, there's no bot login network. Oh, have I not? Yeah, I have. There we go. So we want. Where's it gone? Put it in our blueprints. Boop. Right. No, let's do it there for now. Okay. So I want to. What is that? That's steel plate, I think, isn't it? Guess I should really put. Put glass in. We just add them on though as we need them. And we didn't put. Doing both of those, aren't they? So I could go. What are we after? Iron beams and steel beams. I've done the red circuits. Put green circuits in as well, I guess. Though I think we've got a separate one there, haven't we? And then maybe. Or if I think I've already got. No, I haven't. Don't know. Let's just put iron gears in. Oh, I know I've got pipes, several boxes of pipes. Yeah. Random chests of junk, as per usual. Then we've got the old automation cores. Oh, I did that on by a copy and paste. Yeah, automation cores. Automation cores. There. Cool, that'll do. Imagine it's probably going to ink through it quicker than we can actually make it. I should have let Overx build us up a nice supply, basically. Oh well. Could also do a lot more processing, couldn't I? I could set this to processing. So we want. Where's the sulfuric acid being made? Where's that? Here. Yeah, so we could take a little spur off. We'd have to put a pump on, I think, or several, in fact. Yeah, so we could put the more processing here. Which I think is here. Oh, in fact, actually just copy it. We don't have the centrifuges though, so I'll have to hand make them, but that's fine. Let's just grab a copy of this. Let's grab power as well. See if we can't fit this in a sensible way. Yeah, if we put it there, and then we can have the miners putting upwards. Oh. Something like that, maybe? Cool. And then... Oops. Right. Excellent, excellent. Why is it? Oh. So it feels like the roboports have a smaller range in this? It's just my imagination there. That on there. And then this pipe. Right, that did a weird distance, didn't it? Okay. Sure, that's going to be too long, so let's put a preemptive pump in. Always like a preemptive pump. Where is it? Here. Let's do it that side. There. Now, it's probably going to moan about that being too long on this other side. No, it seems happy. Okay, fine. Are you working then? You're working. Excellent. Now we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 centrifuges. So how about, rather than constantly doing everything by hand, we just find a little spot. Ideally, where do you think? Oh, there's the nuclear stuff. So pop this in here. Make us some centrifuges. But there's no way we need 100. What do they stack to in a rocket? Rocket capacity 1. There's something they sort of. I guess it's because of the whole nuking thing. They didn't want you going around just nuking worms and, you know, nuking pentapods. At least not until you were like well into the game and you just wanted to get rid of them. Because they've hobbled nuclear. You know, why is that only a rocket capacity of 1? Obviously this is K2, I don't know what's in the thing, but I'm pretty sure it's similar in Space Age, where it's like, you can't put uranium on it, and you can't do this, you can't do that, and it's basically like, well, yeah, it's a strange sort of very artificial aspect to the balancing. Okay, so we might as well just do 10 or something. Are you bringing that? Have we done any bulk inserters? If I'm not carrying any... No, there aren't any. So, why has that failed? Why has that not worked? Got no steel plate. or steel gear wheels, or inserter parts somehow. Is that not what they are then? No, this hasn't. It doesn't. Oops, that doesn't need them. It does need the steel gear wheels that I just deleted like an idiot. So they're not in the system somehow. And steel plate isn't. I thought that's what I added here. Oh, it's not in the logistics network. Okay. Steel gear wheels then. Where am I making them? I'm making some here. I guess I'm just making them on spec then. I am as needed. Okay. Could we fit that in? Not really. We would need... No, that just won't work at all, will it? Okay. How about then... just do one of these. There. And say... steel gear wheels. Cool. I'm sure that'll be fine. And not a problem at all. Did nuclear die? Did I kill nuclear? It's still sort of going. Yeah, so we need to make them. We're doing on the pollution and biter front. Not too bad. I still haven't made any thrusters. Not getting to another planet if I don't make thrusters. Now, what are they made from? Steel plate, processing units, and electric engines. Are all of those going to be in the network? Almost certainly not, but we can sort that out as we need to. So, let's find where we're making all of our other spacey bits. Okay. So, let's stick them in here somewhere. Space thrusters. Now we can qualityize them. See, it doesn't even have quality on its thing. Oh, and these are not set. Okay. It's obviously a late game version of them. Cool. Oh, we've done the uranium. Oh, we've finally got AP shotgun shells. Nice. Where are they? Here. Steel plate. Right, yeah, that's fine. Crikey, the big list. There we go. Okay, there we go. I bet mine is set on, yeah, uranium ammo. Cool. Okay. Oh, you're making them already. But yes, we need to get some quality in there. Well, that gives us thrusters. Already, crikey. It's amazing. Are we... I guess I know those are in because I've done lots of chests with them. But processing units, I didn't add anything on specifically, did I? No, there's no little bit here. So if you go that, get them in. Oh dear, such a long list. There we go. And then we would want rocket fuel as well, I guess, if we haven't already. Not on that. And low density structures. There. Cool. So, we've got thrusters. We've got platform thingies. We've got things like cargo bays and crushers and grabby arms. We could do... Didn't both of these need concrete? They did, didn't they? And it was, yeah, it was temporarily, so that needs to request in more concrete. Oh, I never did, because I didn't have the requesters. I've not done, have I, or have I? So we've got elevated ramp, no? Aren't they called ramps or something there? No? Don't think I've made them, is the point. Rail ramp, rail support. So if we just check rail, no, cool. Let's make them as well. There's the rest of our rail bits, sort of here-ish. Okay, pop them in here then. Okay, let's put them next to each other. So we've got the rail ramps and the rail supports. See what we've got in the network. Cool. Good for both Fulgora and Volcanus in particular. Cool. Let us then add a new platform. We will call it, as I always do, the Fulgora Express. Nice. Oh, we've got a timer on. So, a starter pack for this platform has been requested. Did it always say that? Maybe it did. Cool. Now, we could do some more research. How about we do mining drill 2 if we're going somewhere that a bit of mining would be... Oh, it requires rare metals. Interesting. But it is literally just one drill, so it's not sticking two together. So there's that. I don't know that Tesla coil might not be quite useful if we're going to Fulgora. But biofuel combinators. What would be useful for Fulgora? Oh, it'd be useful to be on doing assembly 3s. And more mining prod is always useful. But how about we look at doing Armor Mark 2 instead? Oh, it doesn't use nuclear. Unless it's one that you have to fuel, is it? I can't remember in this. Consumption. Consumes nuclear fuel, yeah. I remember that. I remember basically not bothering with it. Because it sort of used up nuclear fuel where I didn't want it to, really. I was going to do that at some point, wasn't I? Yeah, what I was really thinking about was new modules, because we're going to the home of modules. Cool. Must be a research stacked up. What are we missing here? Still missing 2 of them, but only 2, so we must have made some. And that one's on order. Diddly Bob. So that's Fogor Express. Cool. Well. I can't remember. Did I? I don't think I did I? Because this is all the junk from my first playthrough. I never blueprinted my platforms and put, you know, like made them generally available. Okay. Let's just make a load of platforms so it sends it all up. And then just build a few of these. So it sends the items. Then maybe probably won't need bolts. Might need some long-handed ones. Chests are irrelevant. We'll need storage tanks now, won't we, for fuel? I guess we want the spacey bits, so we want some crushers, thrusters, grabbers. Maybe we end up with a cargo or 2, I don't know. But what I've done. We need the chemical. Well, we need assembly machine 2. I don't know if we'll get to 3 before we want to go. Furnaces. What else did we need? Tanks and pipes and stuff. Tanks. Pipes. Pipes. Chemical labs. Gun turrets, obviously. And then panels, which are there. Accumulators. Got the arms, got the guess modules. Oh, I need to cure it. Doesn't matter. Yeah, cool. Now, did you have anything that we might want to sort of steal? Because you haven't made but a bunch of it. I think I'll just drop them down because this is perfectly happy. I think I'll send them back up. Yeah, let's just grab it all. Cool. Says it's perfectly happy. Didn't actually look at the belts or anything. Yeah, it's all full up. Oh no, it isn't that. You've run out of iron, have you? Oh, it's full. Okay. What's gone wrong there then? What's gone wrong is that it has no way of getting out of any of the other stuff, does it? I thought I put the... Did I not put the... In fact... Oh. Okay. So, shouldn't this be... Hello, Execute. Welcome, welcome. Wow, nearly 2 hours of streaming and like 0 comments. Well, yeah, people don't tend to comment on mine. Let's have a think. So, what I would want that to do... What would I want that to do? So I want it to... I guess... do both set filters and read contents? Obviously, I'm going to have to now wait for it to include hands. Okay. So I want that to both... Because we want an anything, I think. Are you enjoying your engineering body, Mr. Wireless? Yeah. Yes, indeed, yeah. Yes. I guess in this it must just be the same, really. There's not really anything that kind of changes between the two, is there? So really, I guess I want a bit of logic between them, rather than just... Has it left stuff in there? Yeah. I always feel a bit confused with the old... Not confused, but the grab arms seem to slightly work on their own... I don't know... their own way of doing things, as it were. It's always a bit sort of a strange thing, the grabber arms. Need it to grab something else and see what it does, basically. Because that's full. So if it grabs some water, that would be quite useful. What's going on? What I'm trying to do? So this is, you know, the Krastorio 2 mod. I don't know to what extent you know. Why are you not grabbing that? Disabled by control behaviour. It is. Okay. Disabled by control behaviour. Yeah, it's basically just it's if you know, can't do it. It's an overhaul mod of Factorio, and it's maintained by one of the devs, Raygard. It's not, he didn't actually create the thing, Krastorio 2, but the original creators, sort of don't play the game anymore, basically. So Raygard keeps it up to date, and Raygard adapted it to version 2, but wasn't really interested in making it work with Space Age, so somebody else branched it, effectively took a copy. All that keeps in step, it's a sort of, as Raygard fixes things in, bugs and stuff in the new version, it captures all of them as well. But they've then taken it and have kind of adapted it to Space Age, so it's called Krastorio 2 Spaced Out, and yeah, so I'm at the stage where we're just getting into the actual Space Age stuff. Include heads. So you see, why is it set disable control behavior when it's not being told to do anything? This is what I mean with these. These are very weird. I guess we could do take the set filter off. We don't want it to use filter. I guess it sort of doesn't matter. See, why is it doing disabled by control behavior? I know, I've got the set filters is the other way, so it's just that one would be the set filters. Yeah. So I'm trying to build my first platform to go to for Gora so that we can see how it's different, basically. What they've kind of done is they've integrated the text across the planets, but they've not really added anything new in. My anticipation, I think one of the sort of weirdnesses in Krastorio 2 is this whole matter conversion thing, because you get to a point where you can basically just turn electricity into pretty much anything you want. And so the whole, what I'm really curious about on this mod is, unlike for example when we get to Volcanus, we will get the foundry, and so that's way more productive than regular recipes with the molten iron stuff. But this has its own way of being more productive, which is this reprocessing. And I've set it up just because it's in there and we might as well use it. But effectively, I think this is just completely redundant because we'll get the foundry and that'll do a better job at being productive. It might still be useful, I guess, for this rare metals, which is like one of the additions of the mod. Because I don't think that can be liquid metalled. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Because my assumption is it's effectively broken. It doesn't, it's not broken, but it's not really, it's not balanced, I guess is the point. But yeah, we're just trying to make the first platform, get off planet. I don't know anything about Factorio other than it being a major part of my childhood. Wait, so this is a new save that's just nearly 2 hours old. No. So this is I've been streaming this for a few weeks, basically. I don't know which stream this is. Might be number 9 or something like that. Something like that, maybe. Number 8, somewhere around there. So I usually only stream. I just stream at the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, and do at the moment 3 hours. So I'm gonna be dropping it down after Christmas. But no, it's just worms. But yeah. So I've been streaming this for the last few weeks, basically. Working out how the whole, because Krastorio it's bigger, it's got more stuff in it, so it takes a bit longer. But it's that's why people recommend it as the first overhaul mod, because it's not that much different to, adds a few extra things basically. So we've done that. So we've got the Mark II drills. So how about we kind of set those up? So effectively we'll be kind of switching to bot manufacturing now, basically. Oh, someone's run out of fuel. So there's some weirdness in how I've done this whole thing. Like the trains, basically. I don't really... It's like, why are you sat there full of stone with nowhere to go? Because you're waiting on fully fueled. Oh, I see. But then why is that not taking that out? Oh, I guess because that's not got its... That's meant for later things. Okay. That would explain why stone's not been moving around. Yeah, it feels like there's some jankiness with the... Because it's completely out of fuel, this, I think, is it? Oh, it's got 18 coal. So why has it tried to go back to there rather than going to refuel? Because it got the fuel thing there. But it's not bothered doing that. Very strange. Okay, so what we want to do then is get the bots to fill it up for us. Right. So where do we get to? We've built thrusters. We've built thrusters. What was the thing I was going to build next? We've done... Oh, it's nuclear stuff. I haven't done anything with that, have I, really? Do I need to? Don't think I need to bother, do I? We could do... Personal... Oh, I guess there's... Mark II power armour. Don't have enough modules. Let's see if we can get it to bring us some more of those. In fact, I'm not even wearing Mark 1, am I? No, I'm wearing modular. Crikey. So, are you going to explode if I... Don't know why those are... Oh. Oh, pistol magazines. Why has it replaced them with that then? It should be them. Okay. So I don't really want level 1 miners. All I remember was the really bad graphics of the game compared to now. Now I was trying to fix up some train. Sure, it was the last mission of the campaign. There was one right. Kind of a new gen. Oh, so saw your channel a week ago. Watched all those videos. Oh, right, cracking. Yeah, so there's sort of there's not really a campaign now. I mean, there is sort of in that. It's more like a tutorial, really, or it's tended more like a tutorial. They never really added a proper campaign. They basically abandoned that because it was getting like far more complicated than they were kind of expecting or kind of wanted. I personally, when they did like a trial version of it, and it didn't really make a lot of sense. Because they did stuff like they added in, so you know, like the basic circuits, the basic green circuits, the electronic circuits. They had, like this, has a recipe for it. They added in like a research in order to do that. They've added like trigger technologies now, so it's a bit different. But there was like a research to be able to do electronic circuits in the campaign. That this new campaign that they were doing. And it was just weird because that's not... It's like, if it's meant to be a tutorial to teach you how to play the game, the game proper, which is the free play mode, then why are you adding a recipe that just doesn't exist in the base game? It just made sort of no sense. They did do a version of the campaign that was just like incredibly combat focused. I should have a look, actually. I never really... There's videos on my channel of me playing through the sort of campaign, or I think it was, or maybe it was called tutorial. I can't remember, but it was like really combat focused. And it was kind of weird because the balancing of it was like towards new players. So effectively, if you knew how to play the game, you knew what the recipes were and stuff, and you started building big, you made the campaign this campaign that they did incredibly difficult for yourself, because you generated loads and loads of pollution, and the biters responded to that pollution with big attacks. Whereas a new player would only build, one machine making all their ammo, and so they wouldn't produce much pollution, and so they would only get a few tiny attacks, basically. And so it was completely broken, basically. No, not broken, completely imbalanced, basically. And so they abandoned all of that. They never did a proper campaign, which is a shame, really. There is a mod that is, like a campaign, basically. It's called Story Mode, I think, the mod. And it's quite popular. But I don't think there's a lot of stuff. When they did the version 2, a lot of the mods basically became broken because it was so different. Right, so Got to leave those two. We're going to need more platform. Always need more platform. Let's add some more of that in. And we'll get designing our platform. I don't think we're going to leave. Only got an hour. So yeah, yeah, they never really added a proper tutorial. What they have added as kind of a, because most campaigns act as tutorials, and what they've added instead is this Factoriopedia, which basically tells you what everything is. So if you're ever stuck, you can bring this up and say, oh, how do I make yellow, blue belts, frost, belts, express belts, all this sort of stuff. You go through all of this, and this is like, instead of having a campaign. They also did a lot of work on the tips and tricks stuff. So this is now much more comprehensive, much more explains itself a bit better. The tips and tricks always used to be a bit rubbish, but it was quite funny at the. They're basically saying that Coverts watched some streams of people playing, and they had all the it pops up a little thing here saying you've got a tip and a trick sort of thing that you can do. And Coverts watched a bunch of streams, and they all had that icon just sat in the corner, and it does also put a little exclamation point on the tip and the trick as well. And it was like, why aren't people using it? It's there, and so they've like tweaked it so that it's a bit more in your face, a bit more, do this, but people still don't do them. Right, so that's assembly machine 3. Okay. What was the machine I was making? What was I bringing in? Going to bring in? What was I going to do? I got distracted again. I don't know. We'll find out. Now that we got proper logistic stuff, it all gets a lot simpler, really. Oh, it was the new. No, I'm not fussed about that. I don't think. Because I've not got proper tank yet, have I? Vehicles, is it under? No, we're still on the heavy debris. Okay. What I could check is, are we building up a supply? No. Okay. Are you not producing enough bits and pieces then? It's got 30 in. Goes above 30. So it should be producing extra ones. Unless it only stacks to 30. Oh no, there we go. Where are you taking that bot? Oh, there we go. Oh, it uses 235. Interesting. That recipe seems a lot worse. Okay. I wonder if we've made any tritium then. Checking the video, it seems to be 6 years old. Yeah, it was a long time ago. Yeah, I do remember. It's crazy. 9 years old. 9-year-old me could figure out how factories and managing throughput work. Crikey. I don't think I'd have been able to get my head around this game at that sort of age. I did actually think I've got... So my nephew is 6 now? And he's quite into... I mean, but all kids are, aren't they? Into like Minecraft and all that sort of stuff. But... his dad doesn't like him playing computer games. He's a bit old school, his dad. Which is funny because he's like 10 years my junior. But yeah, he didn't really like him playing video games. And I was thinking about like gifting him Factorio or something like that. Because You can do the, you know, you don't need a Steam account sort of thing. You can just buy it on spec. Why is that not going anywhere? Because that was for the science, so we don't need it to go anywhere, but that means all of this is a bit redundant. Okay, how about then we kill off all of that side of it. But yeah, I was thinking of gifting him Krastorio. He's a bit sort of I don't know how he would play it though, because they're not. They're trying to protect him a bit from the horrors of the internet, you know. So he doesn't have a computer or anything. He plays Minecraft at school basically, or on his friends' computers. Missing material for construction. Have we not got any coal in the system then? Surely we must have tons. I guess I can stick on Verubri. So you're sort of a lapsed player or a returning player, or not actually interested in playing the game? It's still sort of ticking along, isn't it, the old nuclear power? But yeah, it seems to be consuming it a lot quicker than it's making it. Okay. So we don't appear to have made any tritium that I can tell, because I think Factoriopedia, that's a better recipe. Oh, I got to do. Oh, it's for fusion. Oh, yeah. Okay. We'd have to do the lithium research then. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. So this overhaul mod, Krastorio 2, always had a version of fusion, which is DT fuel, which is deuterium tritium fuel. So to balance the two, or to combine the two, it's still got the DT fuel in it, but it's also got the fusion power from Space Age. This is the type of thing I'm expecting to see, because you wouldn't, if you were balancing it up, you wouldn't have both of those fuels. It doesn't make any sense. So fuel value of that is 40 gigajoules. And fuel value of that is 10 gigajoules. So in other words, that's a 4-to-1 sort of compression on the energy density. Oh, and it also takes 4, but it takes 4 tritium, so actually it's not any more, it's not any better than that one. The only difference being, because it had one of the, you see it's got the empty DT fuel cell, because when you use it up, it produces the fuel. It's like one of those cyclical ones. Tritium recycling, okay. Oh, there we go. So I can turn tritium into regular 235 and random stuff. Okay. Oh, we've done all those researches. That's good. Interesting. So we need to do lithium and that, but we've not got any tritium rods anyway. Okay. It kind of connects to my current intelligence, though. Factorio really shaped how I think, which is mostly based on logic and whatnot. It's a game that appeals to people with programmer brain, so engineers and all that sort of stuff. You know, I think when they've done people have done about surveys, but little what do you call them? well, surveys, but not official formal things on Reddit, and sort of a what's your job thing, and usually at least a quarter of the respondents are software developers, and if you extend it to general engineers, it goes up even higher, which as a proportion of the normal gaming population is quite high. I had unrestricted access to the internet. People call me a mix of ideologies, and I can see why. Relapsed player, I guess you could put it that way. This game is an addiction indeed. Don't call it Krastorio for nothing. But yes, it does sort of appeal to that sort of thing. The other one is like the whole ADHD, and it's quite well, not funny because I've got a dark sense of humour, so I find it amusing, but not in a that sort of way. But you get quite a lot of posts on the Reddit of people basically going, "I've got ADHD. How do I actually get past this stage of the game, or that sort of thing?" It's like what do you call it? Like a double-edged sword, I guess, where it's like it appeals to that sort of person, but also creates a massive challenge, for them to actually play the game, because they want everything to be organised and well structured, and you kind of have to get past that certainly in the early phase. Okay, so how are we doing on Folgora Express? We're still waiting on bits and pieces. Now we're waiting on thrusters because there's 20 on the planet. It's just not sending them. Why not? 100 on the planet. It's just not sending them. 501 on the planet. It's just not sending them. That suggests to me our rockets are not rocketing. Our rockets are not rocketing because they don't have blue circuits. Why have you got no blue circuits? Because you've got no red circuits. And you've got no red circuits because that production is pathetic. Okay. So I could double that up. I did sort of build it. I should just be able to copy paste it over. Well, that will then create problems of a green circuit kind. Where are they? Down here. Oh, we've got machines all stacked up and ready to go, so it looks like we should be upgrading belt really there. Could also balance that up a bit, couldn't I? Okay, so we can't get a balancer in. How are we going to fit that in? Oh, I don't know where I've got one. Oops, no. Again. Oops. So we... No. There we go. Messy, but there we go. I actually thought of becoming an engineer IRL, but for me it's way too much work in school. See, I'm undiagnosed ADHD and it keeps adding up everything. I think ADHD is very beneficial. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, isn't it? It's like autism as well, where it's kind of, it's not necessarily, well, it's the whole thing that it's a spectrum, that it's different brain makeups, and sometimes they're, in fact, let's just upgrade all right. Advantageous, sometimes they're problematic, but it's all part of the rich tapestry. Now, we won't have red splitters in the system, will we? But we do now have the means to add them in. Where are we going to put them? And we got the regular belts here. So how about I just sort of throw them down the bottom? Nope, that one. What are we going to want to do? We're going to want to make red underground, red splitters, I guess red loaders, even though I don't use the dang things. Hopefully all of those are, yeah, they're in the system. Yeah, as are they. As are they, cool. What other gaps could I fill in? Oh, we've got the level 2 modules now, haven't we? Put those in. So that is not that way round, is it? Yes, it is. So 0 as level 1 modules, and 1 as level 2. And then this is the green, so we want that one. And then that one there, and that one there. And I don't think I can. No, qualities. Oh, is it? Oh, I hadn't put it on the list, did I? Because I ran out of room. Where is that one there? There we go. Add that on. Maybe somewhere on the autism spectrum, but it's highly unlikely. ADHD is a double-edged sword, but I basically managed to handle the focus problems. It's not really a problem about actually focusing, just that you're always very, very focused. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Sort of a tricky one, isn't it? Because it's like, the thing I always say about this game, and it is, and I say it's sort of why I think it appeals to people with that sort of neurodivergence, you know, the slightly different working of the brain, is that it is sort of like, so for me, the game, not when I'm streaming, because I'm, you know, concentrating on other things, but it sort of, it induces flow state, which is like pleasant, you know, if you've never encountered that term, a kind of pleasant version of concentration. Wow, we're really low on iron plate, aren't we? We're sort of very, you know, in the moment, as it were, very focused on the thing, and just time can, you know, disappear and all these sorts of things. We're not really using all that stuff, are we? Why is that? I guess, I mean, it's not really red belt territory though, is it? So maybe I can just double that up then. I'd rather switch to electric furnaces if I'm honest. But yeah, so I say that's what kind of has for me is like, so it sort of induces this flow state, which I find quite enjoyable. But it's you know, it's a similar sort of, it's like a fine line, isn't it, between, you know, the hyper focus that, you know, ADHD can have. Manufacturing. Where would it be? It would be in resources. There we go. And furnaces. So this is what you've got in there. Level 1 stuff. Okay. It's quite a lot bigger though. How annoying. How about then? I think I was just going to do. We'll just botch together a sort of a thing. Also, a bit of a personal question. How old am I? I could guess about 25, 30 now. No, a bit older than that. I am in my late 40s, so I'm not far off 50. I've had this thing all my life, basically, where people thought I was in my 20s or 30s, basically my entire life. Not quite, you know. But once I passed puberty, basically, once I got to being, you know, sort of teenager, late teenager, people thought I was that age, just like, you know, forever, as it were. Oh, of course, it's slightly bigger, isn't it? Yeah, so I've sort of had this weird sort of thing where people would kind of guesstimate that age for me. Like, you know, since I was about in my 20s, and it never really changed. It's all a bit strange for me personally, because say, right, more than a little bit older than that. And obviously, quite a lot, I mean, it had its advantages. Obviously, I mean, I could get into clubs and stuff when I was way too young to do so. Right, do I want that to be yellow? Not really. What happened to your hand? Oh, it's. I have carpal tunnel syndrome, where I don't know if you know the carpal tunnel. Basically, it's a nerve that runs along. It's literally like a tunnel through which, in your wrist, where the nerves that you know control your fingers run through this little tunnel. And what happens is, basically, it's like a sort of RSI, repetitive strain injury, where basically the more you use them, it rubs on this, you know, this tunnel, the carpal nerve rubs on the tunnel, and it becomes inflamed, and then it's just painful, and I get like shooting pain down there, and in some of the fingers, basically, and it's what's called carpal tunnel syndrome, and basically, this doesn't cure it. What it does is it locks my hand into. I can't move it very far. So it's that movement in particular. That's why a lot of typists get it a lot, because they're constantly, you know, they hold their wrists in a weird position and then waggle their fingers, and that is basically killer for the carpal tunnel syndrome. So this doesn't. It's not like applying. It's not like a pressure bandage as such. It's basically just. It locks my hand in so that I can't move it, and what I do instead is I move my whole hand. So it's a bit like a tennis elbow is quite of a similar sort of thing, where the nerve goes along your elbow basically, and as you're doing that, and you know, playing tennis, you're hitting something quite hard. Excuse me. Basically, this, as I say, sort of locks my hand in, and I don't then waggle my wrist too much, essentially. But no, it's not. It's like a preventative thing rather than a actual sort of problem as such. You know what's so astonishing to me is just how optimised the game is. Those belts are just full and the game's still running fine. Still, it comes as I get along with old people quite well. Yes, it's incredible how it's optimised it is. I mean, to be fair, they're only having to optimise, you know, because it's a sprite-based game. You know, they're only kind of having to optimise, like the performance side of things. They're not having to do graphics as well, if you see what I mean. But yeah, it's incredible. They do some really interesting tricks as well. If you were wanting to get into programming or something like that, and some of the stuff they're doing is quite clever. And you can read the Friday Facts. They kind of explain how they do everything. Or, well, not everything, but a bunch of the stuff that they do. Kind of explain it on there. It is very clever. Right, so we could extend the red belt, I guess. And then we could put one of them on. And filterize. That must be the enriched iron, mustn't it? Yeah. Take that there. In fact, we might as well stick with red belt with this. Nothing. So, I kind of want to copy this up. Why are you not building this red belt, my botty friends? What's the hold up? I bet it's a catch-22 in that it's not making red belt because it's not got iron, and I'm trying to make iron. Okay. So if we flip that round, pop that in, and then similar sort of dealio. Filter that to enriched, and that is on the right side. So I'd much rather use my proper. Oh, I need to set the recipe, don't I? From enrich, there we go. So, copy that. Wait, that can't be right. Oh, that one there. No? There. So yes, eventually, in fact I could probably do it because I've probably got all of the red belt. Prioritises you as when it's doing like the deliveries. Okay. So that should push a bit more into the system. We like stuttery belt. Stuttery belt means we've got plenty of stuff going on. Like 80% of my friend group is always people that are nearly twice as old as I am. Carpal tunnel syndrome, so I don't have it. It's all to do with your genetics, basically. If you've got like that particular shape, as it were, or problematic shape, you can induce. It's like I say, something like tennis elbow, where it's a repetitive strain, as you say, can sort of induce it. But say some people have it and some people don't. My dad, my dad has it basically, and he's got so bad that he had to have surgery on it. In fact, he's got it in both hands. He also has something called trigger finger, which is basically, I'm pretty sure it's a bone thing, but essentially, it's called trigger finger because it's that finger, and it gets locked into, as if you were pulling the trigger of a gun, and it gets locked into that position. And in order to move it back out again, he would have to, physically, his muscles were not strong enough to move it past this, whatever it was that was blocking it. And so he would end up with, his finger like that, almost, like arthritis, but it was this trigger finger, and he would click it back into place, which was painful to do. And so he also had that fixed at the same time, and they put a little sleeve over this whatever it is, tendon or thing, and it's all to do with, say, particular way in which he's sort of, oops, bones were, as it were. But yeah, he had it done, and what they do is they literally, you say it's a tunnel, basically. In order to provide more space, they just literally come on and like snip the tunnel, and so it's then just open at the top, basically. And so his is more like a U shape now, which you'd think would mean that, you know, the tendons, you know, they wouldn't work, as it were. There's got to be a reason for him to be there, but no, it doesn't. It doesn't cause any problem. His difficulties, he lost because they must have hit a nerve, you know, like nicked a nerve basically, and he's lost a lot of sensation in his fingers. That's kind of the problem. They can sort of sort out the carpal tunnel with this surgery, but it runs the risk of I didn't put a filter on that, no. Runs the risk of then triggering, yeah, so it's got 1,000 pipes in it, of then, you know, causing that problem. So it's a bit of a sort of, they like to leave it if they can, you know, see if you can kind of cope with it. Yeah, I don't quite get the maths on that. I don't know what I've done with the enrichment, basically, because it's still not using it all up. And we're now filling a red belt, which is very interesting. What we can also do is kind of get ourselves a bit more prod in here. I'm getting nowhere with this platform, am I? Has it done it yet? No, that's the science one. It has not. I guess it's not. It's just simply not reached it, has it? Because what we wanted was more red circuits. See, these aren't in the network. For whatever reason. Yeah, already a programmer. It's own problems I make for myself ever since I began playing the game. I'm surprised you only have one case of rivals. It felt like a lot more given the amount of comments all those videos got. It's interesting. It's like, I don't know, it's yeah, I don't quite, well, I mean, a lot of people say this, that this is not an original thought, but how YouTube's algorithms and stuff work, I don't know. Because it seems to be that some of the videos, like the law speculation ones, do pretty well. You know, they get a few thousand views, which for me is like huge. But then it's like the thing of, you know, you watch these YouTube videos and you get sort of bored of the YouTuber going, don't forget to like and subscribe. You know, it becomes like a cliche. But it is actually effective, you know, it's actually, you kind of have to do that stuff. I always feel a bit cringe with it, you know, but because, you know, people watch the videos and then it's like, so I watched a video where someone was kind of explaining, and I thought this as well, you know, when they said it, that people don't, because of how people use YouTube, they don't tend to go through the watch. I mean, I do, like the subscription feed. Instead, they go through the, you know, the homepage, the recommendations it gives you. And so people don't kind of bother subscribing now because they just use this feed. They sort of expect YouTube. Excuse me, if they're, you know, just using, excuse me, using, you know, use an example. If they're like, you know, a Mr. Beast fan or whatever, they expect YouTube to just serve them his videos, you know. They don't expect to have to go and sort of find them as such. And YouTube has set its systems up in order to work like that. You know, that's kind of how they intend it to work as well. Oops. But that means that people don't subscribe, you know, because they want to sit, you know, the mindset has changed, the logic has changed, as it were. So people tend to subscribe more as a, you know, like you put a like on a video. It's like a super like. You know, it's like, well, I really like that video, and you know, therefore you get a subscribe. If you see what I mean. Ah, what are you doing here? So you tend to have a situation where you've got them there. Look. It's very hard to grow subscribers until you sort of reach a critical mass. If you get a viral video or what have you, then you know you can do it. But it's difficult to sort of grow the subscriber numbers because people aren't subscribing for the same. You know, it doesn't mean I want to see all of your content anymore. It means I really like this video type of thing. There's very little stuff coming out of here, isn't there? Why is that? So yeah, so the fact that then, because I literally, I mean, I've had my YouTube channel for like, you know, almost since YouTube started, but I didn't start making videos until the Factorio. Well, no, I'd made like a few actually. That's not quite right, but I didn't really take it seriously, I suppose, until I started doing the Friday Facts videos. And that was literally around the time of the whole. Oh no, that's wrong. I think I was doing the Stardew Valley videos. Oh, I can't remember what it was, but basically I managed to time it just at the point when they imposed that you have to have, you know, 1,000 subscribers in order to make ad revenue, because they had the whole ad apocalypse and all that sort of stuff. And I managed to literally do it, start doing my channel properly at exactly that point. And I, you know, for years I only had, you know, 4 subscribers because no one was particularly interested in the Stardew videos I was doing, or anything else really. And it only really took off with you know, the Factorio Friday Facts stuff. Why did I do that? I need to do that. So yeah, I've sort of ended up a weird situation of videos that, you know, can get typically 1,000 views, but of course you then don't have 1,000 subscribers. So if you ever watch any adverts on my videos, I'm not getting a penny out of them. YouTube only makes money from my videos. I got memberships, and then there's like 3 people are members, but I think I've jumped too early on that, because just not the, you know, if you say like 5% of your viewership becomes a member, well, that is 3 or 4 people, you know. I've never really done it for the money, as it were. It's always just been very much fun, part-time stuff. Sorry, part-time hobby stuff. I think I'm going to sort this little guy out over here. Some of them in. Flame. Oh, done. Cool. Trigger fan, know that too. Let's take World War I stuff out. YouTube's recommendations for me are terrible. I subscribe to people I like to watch, so I get their videos only, not whatever random BS YouTube recommends me. May start making my own videos too. I have a lot of non-controversial topics to talk about with people. Oops. I have ad blocker, so I ain't going to YouTube free money. What does the blue gas do, by the way? I'm surprised they didn't make it a fart cloud. It's poison, basically. So this is this here, which is the poison capsule. A lot of people don't use them, but they're very effective at like clearing trees, because they take out like an area, so you can throw one of them down. Another one that's good for trees is grenades, which is what I tend to use, but of course you can blow yourself up very easily, so you can just lob in grenades and they take trees out, or poison capsules, but they're over a bigger area. What I generally do with them, I do like combined arms basically. So The small and medium biters are really, like, um, really susceptible to the poison. So you can throw out a poison cloud. Also worms, like small, medium, and to some extent large worms are quite affected by the poison. So you can basically throw... Whoops, that was a power pole. You throw down a coverage of poison. I then also like to have some of the capsules, defender capsules, on the go. So they just fly around you, basically. But they shoot. The defenders fire regular piercing ammo that your submachine gun does. So I have some of them floating around me. I throw in some poison capsules, and then I do the circle strafe where I drive round the things, and that lets me, because the tank has cannon shells, AP round, the submachine gun basically, and the flamethrower. So I just go in and hold space, circle strafing around, and then once the sort of worms are gone, there's all of the small biters are gone. I've killed off the mediums, for example. Then I can switch to the flamer and cannons, which are much more effective against the nests. Because one of the things they did in version 2 is they made... so this is not balanced at all, is it? They made a change to the biter nests in that they become tougher as the evolution rate goes up. So as you evolve, the pollution, as you take up the evolution level, biter nests now become tougher and tougher to kill. So yeah, I find that approach of just thinning out everything except the nests and then focusing on the nests quite effective. So you would need 0.37, but you need, what do you need? Well, as it stands, 0.25, and we've got 24 of them. So a quarter of 20, that'd be 12, 6 per second. And what are you making? 0.37. So that's like a third. 1, 2, 3. So there's plenty of furnaces. It's literally just not the wood. But we would need to supply like... So that's a third. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'd need to do like 18. So if we were doing 18, we would need... Oh, it's just 1 to 1, isn't it? So we need like 18... 0.37, so it's just the same basically. So we just need whatever that was, 6. I'm only making 0.66. Wow, okay. So we would actually need more like 10 of these. Okay. Okay. Are we going to be able to supply enough water? Let's put 12 in, just for funsies. Get a power pole. Why do we have them on both sides? Oops. That. So hopefully I've got some... I mean, it looks like they've coloured in like they're going to build them, so that's okay. The other question would be the water. Oh, it's only 3, isn't it? So 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, it's not even close to saturating on that. Okay, we could also... Oh, I can't do prods in them. Can I do speeds? Yeah. Give a little speed boost. Just because. Cool. And hopefully that should balance us up a bit more. The problem with steel is we just weren't producing any rather than not having capacity. Oh, here we go. Lots and lots of wood. Good, good, good. What we could also do, I guess, is pop in a... In fact, let's do that slightly differently. Because we're bound to have like tons of wood just knocking about. So if we do that, put in a requester. Two maybe. Oops. Yeah, got 6,000 in storage. But it wanted to prioritise the new stuff. Yeah. Go. Go. I've heard the interesting theory that biters are actually addicted to the pollution and it's like a drug to them. I like that theory. So they raid your base and die so you can expand more and make more pollution to against them and feed their addiction. That's an interesting idea. This would make it a bit like catnip sort of thing. So pollution is biter catnip. That's an interesting concept. I do have a video that's... Have I written the script? I think I've written the script. I'm not sure. It might be half written. But I've got one about what I think the biters are all about. I mean, that theory could still work with it. It doesn't... It's not sort of... doesn't really explain, or it doesn't really look at the... how to phrase it? Like the relationship between the two in that way. But for me, my thing is... Oh, we've got attacks, have we? Oh, no. What are you on about? Lesson prevents a... What? What are you moaning about? I guess it just built it in a weird way or something? I don't know. That's strange. So it's still not sent the blooming things up, is it? But we are getting a few blue circuits now. Not a lot though. But yes, it's well, I won't spoil it, but for me they are weird, the biters. You know, it's sort of a ecosystem that doesn't really make any sense when you put any thought into it whatsoever, which was obviously because really it's a video game, you know, it's sort of not about that in a sense. Why is it not loading those in? Why is it not loading those in? Oh, I bet there's something in the loader. Why are you not going... Oh, look, they're the wrong way around. They are a bit janky, these loaders, sometimes, I must say. Are we all okay here? We're all in the right direction. Anyone not running? You're not running, right? Oh, yes you are. Oh, you're not? Oh, yeah. Okay. Why are you not running? You're not got capes. It's probably in no small part my error, because at some point I polluted this copper belt. There you go. So we've got random copper ore on the belt. Is everyone running? You're not running. Oh no. You're running because you're full. What about you now? You're full. But you're not getting anything again. What's going on here? Working now, okay. We're only trying to talk troll, yeah. Cool, okay, so. Think they're back functional, but we've now got a nice solid green bell, but that means we don't have all of our copper coming through. Get this upgraded at least to there. Swap these out. Yeah, I need to put more electric in basically. I don't think I'm fussed with the glass knob. Oops, being that. So, how close could I get? Yeah, I could do it there, but that means making that. If we take that sort of 2 down, does that work? Finest janky spaghetti. No. Yes. No, don't do that, James. Overlap like that. There we go. But this needs to be Cooper. Flip that over. Again, copper. Split on that. Or filter on that. What I really need to do is like rebuild a lot of this, but you know, go with better designs that I've got and make new ones and what have you. But I quite like to go to Volgora and just experience some of the new stuff, because as with base game, it's too long. It's I've actually there's another video in the speculation series coming out on next Friday, but it's not really a speculation. It's a video where I go through what I would quite like to have been the end game for Factorio, for the Space Age expansion. Oh, here we go. This was all just backup, was it? Okay. So it's all just you being backed up, was it? I thought this ratio was meant to be better. Because we're getting... I mean, there are gaps in it, I guess. So is the iron just not filling up very quick? It's not that it's filling up, not filling up. It's that we got a train there already. So what would you be waiting on then? Am I going to get bitten in the bum by the fact that I've not put stackers on again? I guess we could upgrade this now. We got the... bulk inserters. Okay, so we'll assume that that fixes that. It won't, but let's assume that that fixes that. Yeah, these are full builds coming out of here. So is this just a terrible and bad and horrible design then? Or is it having problems somewhere? Don't seem to be running out of sulfuric acid or anything. Put some modules in to help fix it. But, I mean, we started producing blue circuits again, so... I think we'll consider the problem fixed. It's not fixed, but let's consider the problem fixed. Ah! We have sent up the bits. I can finally start working on a platform 4 minutes before I end my stream. Okay. If I... yeah, I can get rid of that, can't I? So... let's sort of tidy this up a bit. Am I going to go long and thin? Oops. So let's get a grabber arm on the front. What would that be? So that would be... and that would grab everything directly in front. Maybe I go with like that, maybe? Widen that up. And then shooties on the front. Ow. It's one. Why is that then? How big is that? 2, 4, 6. So what have I done wrong there then? Oh, that's one in the wrong place. It should be there. Am I ever trying to make a Discord server? I have a Discord server. I just do not use Discord, so it literally sits there with. I think there's like, I don't know, maybe 20 people have joined it across the time I've had it. I didn't actually set it up. It was actually I have someone who's a moderator who occasionally sort of pops onto the streams and does. As you see, it's not. I do streaming because I just sort of enjoy talking to myself. It's not, it's never really been a big thing. Also, I started kind of during COVID, when there was kind of no one here. But I used to do a lot more streaming. But I kind of enjoy doing the YouTube videos more, to be honest with you. It's sort of more of a varied thing. It's not just, but it's just playing the game and talking about what I'm doing, and occasionally someone like yourself pops in and does actual chatting, as it were. But I say it's just another hobby, really. This one, so yeah, there is a Discord server. When I pop up the end screen, if you really want to join it, then it is there. But honestly, there is. I mean, I don't think it's had a single message in for 6 months, something like that. I just don't use Discord. It's just not my cup of tea, really. which isn't say anything against it. It's just not my. I'm more of a forums person, so when I am active, I'll be active on Reddit type of thing, rather than on here. But even there, I don't do it. I used to moderate forums, and you kind of get a bit sick of them. But yeah, so yeah, I say there will. If you really wanted to join one, you could, but you kind of be on your own. It's one of those things, I think, a Discord channel where it has to reach a kind of. It's a bit like the subscriptions thing. It's like a critical mass, where there's enough people on it being active in order for other people to join it and say, oh, there is activity here, or I'll start, talk about stuff. And so particularly if you're someone like me who isn't going to nurture it as a community, so you sort of end up in a bit of a tumbleweeds type situation, It's just one of those things, really. Okay, so if we end up with something like that at the front, then we would kind of need. So we're going to need to bring the actual resources down, but we're going to need to take the ammo back up. At the moment, that is literally everything going on one belt, which I think I'm fine with for this. I've tried lots of different designs on these. I don't have a sort of standard way of doing it. But yeah, so if you really wanted to join, you could. Otherwise, something like that maybe. And now it is 7 o'clock. So we just managed to get to the point where we could be designing a ship. But I've run out of time. And, oh, I forgot to do something. Hang on. Can I do that? Just 1 second. If I do... There we go. Cool. Yes, so let's put my schedule up then. Streaming schedule, there we go. Just for the moment. I stream, at the moment, I stream 4 till 7. Let's just save this. You can't see this one, just saving the game. Cool. I stream 4 till 7 on Saturdays and Sundays, UK time, GMT. And at the moment, my schedule is that I play this on the Saturdays. I'm not playing it off stream. The idea was for this to be a fully streamed series. If anyone was wanting to check out Spaced Out sort of thing and play it themselves, then there's kind of something for them to take a look at there. It was also something a bit different. I've done a couple of playthroughs of, well, no, I haven't. I've done one playthrough of Space Age and one of version 2.0. So yes, that's the Saturday series at the moment. On Sundays, I'm streaming a game called Little Rocket Lab, which is kind of like if you ask the question, what if Factorio but Stardew Valley? Then it's that. I think a lot of people who've played it are much more focused on the industry side of it, and I too have not really been exploring the kind of village life side of the game. Much like Stardew Valley, you're basically building a rocket, Factorio style, but you're doing it in the middle of a village, and there are all the villagers, and there's all sorts of interaction with them. So I personally have not done a lot of that yet, but something I want to get into and explore. But basically, we're building a rocket in that game. It is a lot of fun. It's a very different style to this. It's more like Stardew Valley, where it's like a isometric style perspective. I say it's quite a lot less complicated than Factorio. And I say it's a bit more, what would you call it? Sort of colourful and bright and fun. I'm really just playing. So I'm playing. Well, I'm trying to. I haven't had much time, but I'm trying to play that in a personal save, and then sort of do a more compressed version on stream. So it's a bit more, rattling through the game. But I have not touched it since we last streamed. Unfortunately, I've just not had the time. So yes, I will be streaming that again tomorrow, and that will be the Sunday stream probably until I finish the game. As I understand it, it takes about 30 hours, so it'll be about 10 streams or so, which should take us up to Christmas. We should be in an uninterrupted stretch until Christmas. I will be changing my schedule after Christmas. What I will be doing, my current thought, is reducing the amount of streaming. I prefer making the videos on YouTube, but they take a lot of time. I know they're not, you know, the most amazing editing, but the editing I do does take quite a lot of time. So I say I prefer making them. And the other threat is that Factorio Friday Facts will return. If they come back, then that will become my focus again, because I used to enjoy making those videos so much, but they were so much hard work. I would have to turn around the video in basically a couple of days, and it was pretty damned intense, especially with how much wittering on I used to do. So basically, you know, it's like if those start coming back again for version 2.1, they'll become top priority, and I'll have to fiddle about with stuff. So basically, the idea is to go from doing, instead of doing 4 till 7, I'll do 5 till 7, something like that, probably, maybe a bit more flexibly. But yes, that's the schedule up until Christmas, and say it'll then change. I'll probably actually take a longer break at Christmas. I'm very keen to finish this rearranging and like getting rid of stuff that I started and that then got poxed up with me putting my back out and getting sick and stuff. So that's all the plans with that. Factorio, Krastorio 2 spaced out on Saturdays, Little Rocket Lab on Sundays. If you wanted to watch on, let's see if I can point in the right place. If you're watching on YouTube, which I know you're doing, Execute, you can also watch on Twitch if that's your preferred platform. Or you can watch, if you're watching on Twitch, you can watch on YouTube if that's your preferred platform. I basically use Restream to stream to both. It's the same username, same account, as it were, Trismegistus, and you can have your choice of platforms. I do also have, in terms of monetization, I mean, technically there's memberships on whatever they are, bits and all that sort of rubbish. Don't bother. Not interested. On Twitch, it's just there really so you can use it. But memberships are available on YouTube. They get you early access to the videos. That will include the Friday Facts if they start doing those, but of the order of a day. I'm not going to delay those because they are very much news items, and yeah, it's better if I get them out so that more people can see them and comment on them, which was always really great fun. Or the talking on the videos people used to do. So YouTube membership would give you early access to those, but in particular it gets you early access to the speculation videos. For example, there is one going up on Friday, which is how I would have wanted Space Age to end type speculation. So a bit more, I say, speculatey rather than lorey. That's available now for members, has been for a week. What's also available for members is the December video, because I'd already done that. That one is back to lore. That one is about, what the heck is that about? I think that's why the Shatter Planet was shattered. So I've done the how. Now I'm doing the why. I guess there's the when. Just thinking about, how, why, what, when, type questions. But yes, so I'm pretty sure that's the why Folgore was shattered. That's in December, and that is available to say for members. You also get outtakes during the filming. I usually go a bit doolally doing the filming, so I'll say just whatever's on the top of my head. I try and keep the energy up when I'm doing them. I know they're still a bit flat and me just sort of standing there talking in a dry tone, but I try and keep the energy up, and I say I tend to just like the things witter on. So there's the outtakes then, a couple of minutes. Well, there is also the big pitch, and I need to do a highlight version, so that you would know what you're getting if you're wanting to become a member. I've started a series where I do retrospective. So I used to do full-on speculation videos in particular. One was on combat, for example, and that sort of thing. I know I never finished the combat one. What was the one I did on? Whatever it was. I used to do much more speculation type stuff. What was going to be in version 2 and Space Age. And so I'm looking back at those videos and seeing what I got right and wrong. The first one I did, the original video was an hour and a half long, and this is my excuse. The retrospective took 3 hours to do, because it's me watching myself and then talking to camera saying, well, I got all that wrong, didn't I? And there'll be more of those, but as you can tell, if it takes 3 hours to do, then it's quite a lot of time requirement. That's why I want to take a longer break at Christmas so I can get all of those done. But yeah, so that's the other pitch for the member exclusives. But yeah, it's not a great pitch, I admit, but then it's only a £5 membership. If you did want to follow me on socials, Blue Sky is the only one I'm even vaguely active on. Social media isn't really my thing. But yeah, Blue Sky is the one. So that is the Discord if you did want to join and execute. Twitter is there. I got a message this week that my Twitter was what was it? It wasn't banned. It wasn't deleted. It was like disabled, I think it was, because I was it detected me as an inappropriate activity, which I had to look on. I had a bit of a search around, and apparently that's what they do if they think you're a bot. They keep your account. Don't delete your account, but they set you. They set you as inactive or something. Yeah, so that's not even working anymore, that Twitter account, but I don't use it. But so yeah, if you did want to follow me, Blue Sky is the one, but I don't really use that either. Socials, as I say, isn't really my cup of tea. Cool. Damn GMT, so yeah, on my time. Make your nephew play it. Oh yeah, well that was one of the things I did when I was kind of, it'd be quite fun because I don't see him very often. I literally see him, I didn't actually go on his birthday this year, but Christmas and a couple of times. They're just a bit too far away to make it an easy trip. And I was kind of thinking that maybe I could do a multiplayer session of Factorio with him once a week or something, just to see how he's getting on. Cool. So I think that's everything, all my promo type stuff. If you have been watching, I hope you've enjoyed it. You might consider coming back for another one. I've been Trismegistus. This has been Factorio, Krastorio 2, Spaced Out. Thanks for watching. Cheers.